Hello, my friends. I'm back with another update, and today we are 10 weeks pregnant. We are in the double digits. That's a really big deal. It's a very big milestone. This is more pregnant than I've been since I had my son. That's a very, very big deal. So first off, let me show you guys how big baby girl is right now. Let me actually put my phone on Do Not Disturb because for some reason I'm getting a pile of texts right now, and that's not what I'm trying to show you. So right now, here we are, 10 weeks. Baby girl is as big as Dumbo's circus peanut. Alternately, she's also as big as a Tootsie Pop, the actual lollipop part. And she's as big as the heart of the ocean from Titanic. And if you're the sort of person that's into the fruit comparisons, apparently this week she's as big as a prune. So the big thing this week, if I'm honest, has been anxiety. Not gonna lie. And I think that mostly stems from the fact that, like, on Monday, so remember I record these on Fridays. On Monday night, I had a really terrible, not Monday night, sorry, Sunday night, like headed into Monday morning. So I woke up Monday morning having had a really terrible, extremely vivid dream of miscarrying. And it was very realistic, this dream. And it was a situation where I tried basically all day to shake off the sad, scary, like really terrible feeling that I had all day because of that dream, because it was like I was living it. It was really horrible. And so I messaged my doctor on Monday and I said to her, I know that it's not necessary and I was willing to wait, and but I'm having really bad anxiety. As you know, I have a history of losses, and so I would feel so much better if we could have another scan just to make sure that she's okay, because I'm having a really hard time mentally and emotionally right now, and I don't know if I can stand to wait 3 more weeks until our scheduled scan. And my doctor is out of town actually, but the person that is covering for her is actually the doctor that I saw when I had my last miscarriage. And she was incredible, like really good bedside manner, so nice, so sweet, very supportive. And so I don't know if she remembered me or, I don't know. But she immediately said, yeah, here's the number to call. We'll get you in as soon as we can. You might have to come all the way downtown for it, but yes, let's get you a scan. Let's get you some peace of mind. So we did go in on Wednesday, and we had another scan done, even though we weren't supposed to. Like, not that there was anything bad about it, but we were just meant to wait until 12 weeks because at 12 weeks is when they do the whole measuring her neck and like all of that to check for any sort of like potential abnormalities. So we weren't scheduled for a scan, but they decided, you know what, there's no harm, especially if it's going to help you not stress, because the stress could be harmful for the both of you. And I also, as soon as I walked in there, I said to the tech, I want to make sure that we do this as quick as possible. Like, we don't have to do measurements or anything. We don't have to do anything crazy. I literally just want to make sure that she's still there and that she's still okay. And again, great bedside manner. I really love the downtown location. Everybody that I've encountered there has been fantastic, but they're really far. Realistically, for us, it's not going to work, especially once we have to do more frequent visits, because it's just really far away and really hard to get down there. Plus, we really love our doctor, our current doctor, which is at an office much closer to us anyway. But she was like, I completely understand, no worries. I do have to get some measurements because that's the point, right? We want to make sure that she's still growing exactly the way that she's meant to. But I'm going to be in and out so fast, and I'm gonna do it abdominally. I don't want to have to do a transvaginal on you because you're trying to minimize the amount of exposure to the ultrasound, and I totally get it, so no worries. So she moved really, really fast. The whole thing was done literally in a minute and a half. That's the difference between somebody that knows what they're doing and somebody that doesn't. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, go ahead and watch this video. But here she is. So there is her head. There we are. That's her head. That's her booty. It's not a great picture, mind you, but it shows, first off, just how much she's grown. You can see down here, maybe, yes, it says measuring 9 weeks, 5 days. And actually at that point, I was 9 weeks, 4 days. So she's growing perfectly. And at the actual scan, I got to see for the first time, because the first 2 scans we did at the IVF office, the screen was pointed towards the doctor, and my husband, because he was standing next to me, got to watch what was going on, but I didn't get to see anything until they printed out the pictures for me. But at this place, there was an actual projector, like projecting onto the wall what was happening on her screen, so I could see everything. So I got to see her. She moved while we were there. She showed us her little arms. She has little arms now. We heard her heartbeat for the first time because we'd seen the heart flickering, but we hadn't gotten to hear it yet. We actually got to hear her heartbeat. It was amazing. Obviously, I cried. I've been crying a ton lately, though, but we'll get to that. And that made me feel so much better, because not only is she obviously still there and still growing and thriving, but she's doing it at exactly, perfectly, textbook, the right pace. This is not like my other pregnancies. This is good. This is going to work out. That's my baby. And I feel so much better now, just relaxing and knowing that whatever I'm feeling, that's the thing, is that I feel crampy or I feel leaky. TMI, I know, but it's a reality. Or I feel all sorts of things, and I don't know how much of this is normal and how much of this is concerning. Because for my last 3 pregnancies, it turns out I should have been concerned, because I was nauseous then too, and I was lightheaded, and I had the breast tenderness, and I had all these things, but the baby wasn't there. So just because I felt symptoms obviously did not necessarily mean that everything was okay. That's not the case this time. Everything is okay. She's there, she's growing, she's healthy, and I'm just really, really, really lucky. So I feel so much better now, and whatever I'm going through, I know that it's a function of I'm growing a baby, because there she is. I've seen her, and she's perfect. So all good news, all good things. As far as my symptoms, again, it's kind of more of the same from, you know, it's all of the things that I've been experiencing, but just turned up a little bit. The volume's been turned up on everything. So I'm nauseous still throughout the day. Not so much lately, but I think it's because I've been paying more attention to what I'm eating. So I had my first, I think, real craving of the pregnancy the day that we had our scan. Actually, on the way back, I told my husband, I need a baked potato. Like, I don't care what else happens today, but if I don't have a baked potato, I'm going to be really upset. And I had my baked potato, and it was glorious. Up until then, I'd been like, man, it would be so good to have this. And either I would immediately be turned off by whatever this was the moment I thought about eating it, or I would realize, oh, but I can't have this right now because I'm missing an ingredient or whatever, and I'd kind of just go, bummer, and I'd shake it off, and like it wouldn't be a big thing. The baked potato felt like, I need this baked potato. We need to figure out a way to make it happen. Like, I need this baked potato. So that was interesting. But the nausea, I think, has been kind of tamped down a bit by me paying more attention to, like, I'm starting to get nauseous. That means I'm getting hungry. Let's eat something. trying to make it nutritious. I've added more fruits and vegetables, in particular more vegetables, because I've been craving fruit, so I've been eating fruit, but I've been trying to incorporate more vegetables again into my diet, because when I started to feel really sick at the beginning, I kind of stopped eating vegetables altogether, even though I was eating them a lot before. So I've reintroduced vegetables like daily into my diet. I've started drinking coconut water every morning, and that's also helped with my digestion, which has been great. I have thrown up a few times because up until now it's just been nausea, but it's always in the evening, interestingly. And it doesn't happen every day, and it hasn't happened yet where it's been more than once in any given day. But if I'm going to throw up, it happens at night. So not morning sickness at all. I think probably the most notable thing this week symptom-wise, well, the crying, that's another thing. I'm crying a lot, and it's just very intense and then very short. I'll watch a video or something, I'll be scrolling Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and a service dog will be at a store with her person, the dog's person, and the person is having a medical emergency, and now suddenly I'm crying because what a beautiful thing that this dog is able to help her person. Don't even get me started on videos where like dads are meeting babies or siblings are meeting babies, or like instant mess. But I feel like that's to be expected, right? I feel like that's to be expected that I would cry over things like that. But the point is, I'm just very easy to make cry lately, especially when it comes to videos and things like that I'm seeing online. And it's very rarely sad crying. It's mostly just, wow, how beautiful, how incredible, I'm overwhelmed with emotion type crying. And as I was saying, the most notable thing this week, I think, has been the lack of sleep. I've been sleeping like crap this week. I got myself a maternity pillow to help keep me on my side, to basically support my back. Although you don't have to sleep on your side until, I've heard everything from until the second trimester or until you're 20 weeks or whatever. I prefer to sleep on my side anyways. But I figure this will help support me because I have a place to lay my back even though I'm not laying on my back. And for some reason, the very first night that I started using this pillow, I'm still sleeping on my side. Nothing has changed as far as my positioning. I woke up with my left ear completely clogged. I couldn't hear anything out of my left ear. And that lasted for several hours. And so throughout the day it got better. And then that night, again, I slept, because I always sleep on this side. Like, I sleep on either side, but I prefer to sleep on this side. I slept on that side again, and once again, in the morning, I woke up and my ear was completely clogged. I couldn't hear anything. So last night, I made it a point to sleep on this side to give this ear a rest, and this ear's totally fine, but I was so uncomfortable because I don't like sleeping on my right. I prefer to sleep on my left, that I feel like I spent most of the night just not resting. So I'm pretty tired today. I might sleep on the couch tonight to see if I get some sort of reprieve from my whole ear situation. I don't know how comfortable I'll be, but we gotta try something different because what we're doing now is not working, even though I'm not doing anything different than I've ever done. But it's been interesting, and it's only going to get more interesting as I get bigger, but we'll see. So that's it. That's the update. It's been a very big week. A lot has gone on. On Monday, I'm going to be getting my NIPT blood drawn, which is my non-invasive prenatal testing, and that's where they do the chromosomal testing and all of that. So it takes between 3 days and like 2 weeks to get our results. You're supposed to wait until you're 10 weeks, which I currently am, to do it. So I figure if I go on Monday, that's, I'm definitely in the 10-week range, but also it's as much time as I can possibly allow for the results to come in before we see the doctor when I'm 12 weeks. So that's the big thing that's happening in the next week. And yeah, I guess I'll be back with another update then. But for now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. And I hope that you're subscribed so that you keep following along on my journey. And thank you so much for being here. Bye.